we will be working on our storytelling skills by making a comic strip. A comic strip or comic book is a great way to tell stories of adventure through pictures. There are many comic books that don't use words at all, that just tell about the superhero with pictures. Now we are going to be making a comic strip with 3 pictures. Your challenge today is to figure out how you can tell a story with a character, setting, a problem, and a solution. Remember that your character is who's in your story. Is it a person? Is it an animal? Is it a creature? Is it a superhero? You decide. And your setting is where the story takes place. It could take place at your house. It could take place in a city or outside, anywhere you like. And the problem and solution is what goes wrong in the story and then how they fixed it. How did your character fix that problem? So before we get started, we have to brainstorm, or we have to think about what our character, setting, problem, and solution will be. I've given you some examples in a handout, and I'm going to show you how you can use those examples to make your comic book. You don't have to use my examples. You can make up your own. It's your choice because it's your comic book. Okay? All right, let's get started. All right, guys, to get started with your comic book, you're going to need a pencil, a paper, and something to color with, like markers or crayons. It's up to you what you color it in with. The first thing you have to do is take your paper and fold it into 3 parts because we're making a 3-picture comic book. So to fold it, I'm going to roll it and put one side on top of the other. Again, I roll it and put one side on top of the other. And then I squish it together. It doesn't have to be a perfect 3 parts, but as long as you have 3 parts, it works. Okay? So I'm going to open that up. And I would start off with a pencil to draw with. But since I know what I'm going to kind of do, I'm going to use a marker to start with. Okay? So you can see it a bit better. I'm going to make lines on the 3 parts so I know where my beginning, middle, and end will be. Now, you'll notice that on the left side over here, I have some different characters and some settings. That's what my first box is going to be. You can pick one of these characters that I drew, or you can make up your own idea and draw that. And same thing for the setting. I have a couple of different options, or you can make up your own idea. The story I'm going to tell is about Eggman. So first thing I'm going to do is draw Eggman. Circle. You can draw your own kind of character. It's up to you what your story is about. As long as you have something, some sort of creature that your story can be about. That's Eggman, and Eggman likes to jump. Now, I'm not just going to put the character in this first box. I have to have a setting for him. I have to know where he is at. And Eggman lives in the kitchen. So here's my horizon line that shows where the floor and where the ceiling is, or the counter and the wall for this. And my kitchen is going to have a stove. There's my stove and some knobs on the stove. And it's going to have a refrigerator. There you go. That's pretty simple. I can add more details to this, like some windows in the kitchen. I can add a sink over here if I want to. I can get creative with how I do my comic book. But for right now, this is good. All right. I've got my kitchen, I've got my character, and I've got my setting. Now, second column is going to be your problem. Now, I've put in new types of problems up here. I have lots of different options to choose from and lots of different solutions to choose one. But again, you can make up your own idea. Now, the problem that Eggman is going to have is going to be he's going to get eaten, like this picture. So I have to make my character again and show that he's having a problem. So maybe his expression will change from happy to surprised and scared. Draw his little pants. because he sees his friends getting eaten. So I have my setting here, same stove. And now I'm going to add a problem. These are the broken eggs. He sees his friends and they're like, oh no, they're going to get eaten soon. Somebody wants breakfast. Maybe I'll make another character in here, somebody cooking. And now for my last panel of my comic book, I need a solution. How might Eggman solve this problem? I could make you choose one of the options on the handout, or I can make up my own. I'm going to have Eggman solve his problem by distracting the human with food, with a different food. Maybe he's going to eat cereal instead. So again, his expression or his face changes. And he's like, he's thinking face. He's got an idea. And I'll put thought bubble. And his thought bubble will be really big because this is where I'm going to draw his new idea. And in my thought bubble, he's going to have the cereal box that says cereal. And the cereal box is going to be spilling out all the cereal and distracting the person who is going to be eaten. So I'll have the person who's going to be eating choose to make cereal instead. I've got my characters is Eggman. I got my problem is that he's getting, all his friends are getting eaten, and the solution is that he's going to distract the person by getting cereal instead. All right, so that's my comic book. I can now color it in and make it look even better. You guys keep on working on your comic books, and I'm going to speed up this video so that you can see me coloring, okay? And you have a nice, cool comic strip. Good job, artists. If you could continue your story into a full comic book, what other adventures would your character get into? Share your artwork with someone at home and then post a picture for me on the discussion board on Blackboard. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Thank you. Bye.